Hey Benny. All right, we are going to look at the exercises we went over last week. So starting off with tibialis raises, back against the wall. Walk your feet out to the end range of motion with your ankles. Knees flex, glutes flex. Lift your toes, plant them down. You're going to do this for 20. Nice steady pace. You don't need to rush it. You want to get the hold to the top for a sec. You want to go all the way down. You want to keep the legs active. After you do those, then we are going to do the calf raises. So hands against the wall. We're going to push the hips all the way in, so that way the glutes are squeezing and the hips are pushed forward. Maximum range of motion for the ankle here. We can wrap one leg behind the other, and then we'll pump out about 10 on each side. Switch legs. Make sure you're hipping in all the way. Pause at the bottom, all the way down. Try to keep your knees straight here as well. You're gonna go back and forth between those two exercises for 3 sets, and then we'll move on to the Patrick step. The heel can come off the ground here. Let's see, so you can see my foot. We're lifting up the leg, hips are staying straight. We lean back like limbo practice. We're gonna do 5 on each leg. Just to give you the view from the other angle. Hips stay straight. Chest goes back. So you do about 3 sets of 5 on each leg for that one. Next, we want to take a look at ham drive. So what we're going to do for this one is set up on a bed or bench. Walk your feet close to your butt. Have your back supported right around chest area, and then the knees go forward and the hips drive up. I'm up on my toes to get the extra glute drive in there. Down and up. So we want to work up the sets of 10 here. So wherever you are, 6, 8 is good. And we want to do 3 sets of the glute ham drive. Then we're going to alternate between whether we do lunges or squats. So we're going to get something to elevate the front leg on. Bring the step out, and then we're going to have that front leg elevated. And we want to sit down on the front heel and keep that back leg as straight as possible. So the idea is to really load into the glutes here. As we come forward, this becomes very heavy on the front glute. And so you'll do one leg at a time, 4 or 5 on each leg. This is gonna be the major exercise for that workout, so you'll do about 5 sets of that one, alternating. Some days, rather than doing lunges, do the squats. Key points for the squats where you want to use different angles for the feet. So we want to have feet together, knees going forward, where we're sitting down on the feet. Do some reps here. We also want to do feet wide, where the butt's going straight back, and it's more like we're sitting on the floor. So this one has a hip hinge where the chest comes forward, and this one doesn't. The chest stays upright. So you can alternate back and forth between the two. The idea is you want to work all of the leg muscles, back, core muscles involved in squatting to help rebalance them. So that is the lower body portion. Now we'll take a look at the upper body portion. I'm going to use the small dumbbells here like you did. So, starting out with the wrist curls. You don't have to elevate the arms super high. Any elevation out here is going to get a pull across the bicep of the elbow. So we're straightening the arms, and then we're going to uncurl the fingers, curl, and then tuck. nice and deliberate. So you want to do 10 here, and then you'll turn it over. You can rest the arms for a second, bring them to the sides, pull them up, and then again, the wrists are going to break, fingers open, and then tuck up at the top. And we'll do sets of 10 here for the wrist curls. After that, you grab near the end of the dumbbell. Rotate the hand out, pull your elbows back, curl, turn, lower down, rotate, wrist breaks, curl, flip it, wrist breaks, lower it down. So at the bottom, I rotate, then I flex my wrist back as I curl up. I rotate, curl my wrist forward as I lower down. We'll do sets of 10 there. You can go wrist curl, bicep curl, and do 3 sets around those, and then we'll get into our dumbbell swinging. So we start with our knuckles facing out and the weight on us, and then we allow our hips to twist. So the weight's gonna swing down, and we're gonna wind up with it, knuckles facing back, shoulder pulled back, elbow tucked in. Then you rotate the shoulder around. It's a full circular motion of the wrist and the shoulder. So you do 10 one way, then you rotate and do 10 the other way. So just again, you load up like a regular bicep curl. The weight, knuckles are facing you. Then just a nice pendulum swing. You let the arm reach across so there's some stretch. The weight swings down naturally, and then it swings up. Fingers and knuckles are now facing out. You're going to bring the arm back down before doing the swing again. So without rotating my hips, this is what it looks like. Here's a little faster where I make it smooth, where I don't accentuate the transitions. And then adding in my hips to get a little torque in there. Once you add the hips in, the swinging of the arm becomes a lot more, so it becomes more mobilizing on the shoulder and a lot less of a bicep curl. So you're gonna do 10 and 10, 10 and 10, do 30 to 50 swings on each side. Trust what feels good. If it starts to be bothersome in the neck, it doesn't feel like it's mobilizing, should it feel it tightening up, end it there. You don't need to push like crazy with the swinging. We just wanna get that circular motion going to mobilize the joint. We don't wanna push to the point of the neck getting frustrated with us. All right, and then the final move was